What up? What up? What up? It's your boy ARP and Rare Breed Entertainment is the movement. I'm kind of getting into the groove. I'm seeing all y'all feedback. I'm getting y'all tweets. I'm checking out some of y'all comments on the channel and all that. I really, really appreciate y'all helping me kick off the new podcast and all that. Sorry, it's true, the podcast. But this particular one right here, I guess you could kind of call this episode 2. I don't want to number my podcast because I want the ability to be able to, just drop random shows, random, almost still in a blog format, you know what I'm saying? But we still doing a podcast type setup. So you're gonna get, the long drawn out joints, the full episodes drop. But I'm also gonna release pieces and highlights and certain topics out of those full joints. I'm also gonna be doing lives as well. So right here, we're recording it. We're recording the podcast episodes, and I'm either chopping them up and I'm releasing them individually to the channel. I will be doing these live on the YouTube channel as well. So make sure y'all stay subscribed to the channel. At that point, I'll be letting the fans and all the followers chime in. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about a particular topic, I'll go back and forth with some of y'all in real time. So bear with me. You know what I'm saying? We just getting this going. I'm just starting this. Y'all know I've been blogging since 2010, maybe something like that. I don't know. I've been blogging for a very, very long time, but I'm new to trying this podcast format. So please bear with me, but I'm going to keep rolling the content out for y'all as I continue to perfect, you know what I'm saying, all the different types of releases and going live and connecting with all the supporters and all that. So I got y'all. We here. We working. Hove did. How many billionaires came from Hove crib? I count 3. Me, Ye, and Reed. Bronze or Rock Boys, so 4 technically. What's yo? If that ain't one of the hardest lines of the year, I think when we think about hard lines and hard bars, we get caught up in only metaphors, the type of stuff that makes our eyebrows raise, the type of stuff that says, "Wow, I never would have thought that somebody could conjure up those words and that type of pattern, or make me have that type of comparison, or some type of double and triple entendre, or whatever." That's typical because it provokes thought. Like, wow, I never looked at it that way. But when you just got that level of successful, I don't even want to call it shit talk, that level of successful, groundbreaking facts that you're just putting into rhyme patterns, it's ugly. It gets real. This is why Jay-Z is the GOAT, because he comes out with shit like that. And that's not record sales. That's not a Billboard accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? That's not some nomination to an award show, a Grammy or an Oscar or Emmy or anything like that. The man is talking about how many billionaires have been connected to him in some form of capacity, whether they come through his promotion. I mean, we all used to remember Bron throwing up the rock and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We know how Rihanna got her start. Ye, we know where Ye comes from. At the end of the day, it comes from Rockefeller. You could say Dame had a hand in, Jay had a hand in. No matter what, when they split, Ye chose to go with Jay. It is what it is. Years later, he becomes a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? My big brother, right? Those are Ye songs, Big Brother and all that type of shit. So it's incredible to just think about it. Think about this. Playing a hand in somebody becoming a thousandaire is significant. You could change somebody's life by helping them become a thousandaire. You got certain people that's just asked out. They don't have no form of consistent income or whatever. If you gave them a job where they made $50, $60, $70,000 a year, even in today's society, or I should say, even in today's economy, that could be life-changing. That could be life-changing. $50, $60, $70,000 a year could put a lot of people on their feet. A lot of people on their feet. So that's creating a thousandaire, though. What if you create 100,000 right? Now you're drastically changing somebody's quality of life. You're talking about, you start to move into a different market of homes, different type of livelihood, different type of surroundings, maybe different types of schools for your kids. Maybe your diet becomes different. You can eat a little bit more expensive and a little bit more healthy. Maybe you have things like health insurance, dental plans. So you know how many people you probably know they don't got health insurance. If something happens to them, they can't go to the hospital and get themselves taken care of. Being able to take care of yourself and the type of livelihood that can be created for you if you are 100,000aire is what a lot of people would kill for, what a lot of people would trade a lot for and say, you know what, give me that, I'm good. Give me that, I'm straight. Thank you. Now talk about creating millionaires. I forget what song it was when Jay-Z was talking about the millionaires that he created. I forget what song it was, but I think he mentioned Siegel in that. And I think it ruffled Siegel's feathers a little bit at the time. If you remember that, he says something like, Siegel would tell you if he wasn't in his feelings, something like that. And he was just talking about all the millionaires around him and all the people that have made or amassed millions of dollars during their times of being affiliated with him. Major. I mean, hell, you could look at it this way. How many people are watching this video right now and can say that I have a millionaire in my phone? I know a millionaire personally. I can reach out to and speak with a millionaire. I could hit a millionaire up and ask for a favor. I could hit a millionaire up and say, yo, what you dealing with, man? Yo, let's go hang out. Let's go hit the club. A millionaire. Not a lot of people even know millionaires, let alone create or have a hand in people becoming millionaires. And I did all that build up to get to this God did bar from Hove. Billionaires now. That's why he can proudly only name 3 to 4 people, and it's still epic. Look how big of a news storyline is when we hear about these people becoming and crossing into being billionaires. When they officially announced that LeBron was a billionaire, everybody was talking about it. A lot of us were proud. I was proud as shit. I was just like, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. But it's news, because to become a billionaire, that bar, man, is I could see why people want to argue, is this one of his best verses? Do I agree? No, because I mean, Jay-Z's got a catalog that you can't even remember half of it, as far as classic songs or classic verses or classic moments that he's created in our culture and in hip hop and in music. You know, I can't even remember all of it. Like it's just crazy. Like he's the GOAT for a reason. But this verse is gonna rank. This verse is not to be looked over or glossed over. The things that he's saying in it, because you also got to look at it like this. Biggie talked about this at one point too. So when you got his first album and he's talking about, you know, all his trials and tribulations and, you know, his come up and the type of shit he had to go through, he had an interview by the time he got to his double disc in his second album. Well, we know that he passed, but it was kind of in between after his first album when they was questioning his content, his lyrics and his songs and the type of things he was talking about, his topics. And he said, yo, I'm not living that life anymore. So I'm rapping about this stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I think Drake got a recent song where he says, I'm so rich, I'm my lyrics are no longer relatable or something like that. It was a crazy line. And when you think it's just shit talk, but when you look into it, these people's lifestyles and the success that they've amassed is so massive. Like we opened up about, it's not just your typical classic punchlines or metaphors. Sometimes just the reality of what is being said or the factual premise of what is being said, you have to just sit back and say, that's incredible. That's incredible. And if you put it in the style or the format or the kind of delivery of shit talk, you can't hate. You can't hate. You got to digest that. You got to live with that. If you look at some of those things and you're like, oh, just because he's talking about all these cars and yachts and houses or billions of dollars or whatever, you got that type of perspective on things. Like when you hear somebody talking about those type of accomplishments, that's where your mind goes first. My mind goes elsewhere first. My mind goes like, wow, I feel like he's giving game. I feel like it's just another reminder, a classic reminder of what's achievable, of how much it takes to become that, how much work goes in to become that, especially when a lot of y'all want it overnight anyway. But that's a whole different topic. We could say that for a whole different segment.